There's a term that's called phenomenologic reporting. Phenomenologic reporting is what Martin Luther King studied. It's when you can, take a look at yourself, like you can pull yourself up out of the circumstances and look at the behavior, look at the reaction to it, look at how you move in it, right? And that's one of the things that I learned is this phenomenologic reporting.
Right.
Is so that I can start taking a look at the behavior before I act.
Interesting.
Look at the cost and the payoff.
Right. Well, your own behavior, right?
That's
the
right.
things that
Most
get you
definitely.
in your position. Right.
I remember
That's
one of
key,
the little homies, one of the little homies' brother got killed, and I had just talked to him, and getting him a job and everything. And when his little brother got killed, it pulled him back in, where he was like, "Fuck this,
Right.
somebody gonna have to pay."
Yeah.
And being able to sit with him and just have that conversation with him and tell him, man, look, I sacrificed my freedom and my family for the hood, right? And my little brother got murdered, and that was for the hood. And then I retaliated, and and that was for the hood because I was like, I'm Big Preach. How dare you do something to my brother?
Right.
It was more about my pride than more than just the retaliation.
Right.
Right. And so what I learned is that I gave up all that, and then I left my kids. I left my kids, and they had to be raised by their mama and no father.
And then that's where the real loss really starts to settle in. You know what I mean?
Right. And one of the things that I talk to, like I tell them, like, how do you want to leave the women in your life? How do you want to leave your children?
Right.
You want to leave them helpless without you?
Right.
You want to leave them without no resources because you decided to represent the hood and kill somebody? And then when you leave and you get locked up, who do you leave behind? You leave your mama behind. Man, you leave your children behind.
The whole tribe.
Right. So if you can't pay attention to that, if you don't give a fuck about them, then why should somebody even trust you?
Right. Exactly.
Like, these are the people who you supposed to be there for. Right. So what are you gonna do then?
Yeah, man. It's important that they get this young, man.
That's right.
Because there's a lot of things that young boys, young girls too, for that matter, just aren't being told.
That's
right.
You
know what I'm saying? And, particularly coming from, rough upbringings like the projects, you know what I'm saying? They keep everything from us. You know what I mean?
It's a conversation. It's a conversation that some people are unwilling to have because it's uncomfortable.
Right, exactly.
And that's where you find discovery at. You discover things when you uncomfortability.
Right.
Like, even like if I know you my friend, and I know there's some shit you doing that's detrimental to you, but I don't say nothing to you,
I can't have love for you.
Then how in the fuck am I gonna say I'm your friend if I ain't even willing to say something to you? If I ain't willing to risk our friendship,
right?
To
help you or save you.
That's right.
Right.
Then that means I'm operating from a selfish standpoint. Right. And that's just my perspective.
Yeah.
That's just that's been my experience.
Right.